first, we're going to hear from one of the Telarus co-founders. Please say hello to Mr. Patrick Oborn. They're good.
All right. Yeah, so I was thinking about that salad thing too, and Telarus is kind of known for being a fitness-oriented company. So first I want to get started out with talking about the winners of our first annual race. I put this up here because Adam never thinks that anyone will actually show up to run with me in the morning. I guarantee you someone someday is going to do it. Jason Para from Broad String. Are you here, Jason? In the back, stand up. Give it. He smoked everybody. Of course, this is the podium of a 3-person race, but whatever. It was awesome, and now we got more lettuce, Jason, for lunch, so we could keep working in the slimming and working on our steps, and my thing says like 3 steps, so yeah, no woohoos here from my Fitbit. Here, during our run, Jason, it was a great time. We went out and we saw Meisner Park. We went over to the beach, and it reminded me of last time I was here in Boca in 2003. In 2003, I was a poor 20-something-year-old. I was living off my savings account. Me and my best friend from high school, Adam Edwards, he was living off a savings account too. And we were trying to close T1 leads on the internet back in the day, if you'll remember. Some of you don't know that. We got into affiliate and website marketing, search engine optimization, so we were getting a lot of leads, and we were having a tough time getting quotes from the suppliers, right? And we were looking for tools. We were looking to license something that could just show us what stuff cost. I mean, what industry is there where you go in and ask somebody what something costs and they go, well, it depends, right? Or if you ask them if you have service in a particular area, they'll say, let me get back to you in 3 days and we'll talk. Like, no, you walk into a store and say, what does that cost? What does that cost? And people talk to you and engage with you. So it didn't make sense to us. Eventually, we learned that nothing does exist. So we started writing software. So I met a friend by the name of Aaron Lieberman, and he lived in this place called Boca Raton, Florida. We started collaborating on the software and working on it. We wanted to call it GeoQuote. We wanted to just type in an address and see what stuff cost. I mean, is that so much to ask on the days of the internet? Right? We've got Google. We've got everything that can actually show us what we want in real time, instant gratification. Sometimes I call myself the first millennial. I want it now. I don't want to wait. I want to look it up. Okay? I don't want to sharpen the pencil, all these things people talk about in telecom. I didn't understand any of that stuff. I just wanted to look it up on the internet. So we started the project. It was going great. And all of a sudden, the progress really slowed. And Adam would keep calling me and saying, hey, Mr. Tech Guy, where's our software? And I go, oh, yeah, we're working on it. Eventually, I got so fed up. Again, instant gratification, Patrick. I, one day, just bought a ticket from LAX to Fort Lauderdale. And I gave my friend Aaron J. a call here in Boca. And I said, Aaron, it's Patrick. He's like, hey, Patrick, what's going on? He goes, hey, where you at? I go, I'm at the Fort Lauderdale airport. He's like, oh, really? What are you here for? I go, I'm here to visit you. Oh, okay, what are we doing? I go, we're going to finish that software. He goes, awesome. He's like, when are you going home? I go, when we're done. He's like, well, where are you staying? I'm like, on your futon. So I brought my computer and my skateboard to Boca Raton, and I slept in his house, I kid you not, for a week. And I still remember the first day when we put in an address and actual data that wasn't junk came out. And it was like I have 3 kids too, and it felt very close, physiologically speaking, to having a new baby, a new living thing. It was so awesome. And then we got written up in Consumer Reports, ways to cut your phone bill. It was instant hit, and we knew we were onto something really cool. So technology has really been a part of the Telarus DNA. And for those of you who have been with us for a long period of time, know that we love creating software. This is really our genesis. We're the only master agent in the business that wasn't started by people from telecom spinning out and creating agencies. It was people outside telecom coming in because we saw the opportunity. You remember from Adam's talk yesterday how much he talked about the opportunity that's coming to us as cloud brokers, like the industry's coming our way. You heard Lisa Miller yesterday talking about we have a lion or tiger by the tail, wrong feline species. We have a tiger by the tail, and it's just an amazing thing that we got. And so similarly, we got in here because the residuals, we got in here because the opportunity, but we realized very early on that this industry requires tools to make common people like us that don't understand telecom that great, to make us punch outside of our weight class. And so what we've done is we've created software. And the way we've created software is we create something and then we listen. Create some more and then we listen. So it's a constant feedback loop. For those of you who've been with us for a long time, a lot of the software that you newer agents see in the room is you can really thank those early agents for giving us feedback. Zachary, are you here? John Arnold, are you here? Okay, you guys, Joe Budelis, I mean, you guys have been here much longer than 10 years. And so I want to thank you for that. So during our track record, again, we listen, and we listen. And today we are very excited to reveal the UCaaS Matrix. And so what we've done is we've created a few URLs that match with each of these new tools. For those of you who in here has been to a technology or a Telarus Innovation Conference in your local market in the past? Okay, I would highly recommend you all go there when we come. Last year, you'll realize that we talked about what in 2017? You guys who went? Anybody? Okay, last year we learned the tools, right? We had a geocode exercise. To get your certification, you had to look up fiber on your phone. You had to really use the tools. One of the things that we did was the actual UCaaS Matrix. So what we've done is we've created this, and this is not a new tool. Okay, this is UCaaS Matrix 1.0. And what we did is we listened to your feedback. And what was the feedback? Well, number one, people are like, it's kind of an eye chart. Do you remember that final test where we asked you certain things like something that integrates with Salesforce, with Polycom phones, and uses a BroadSoft backend? And you had to kind of look, and I watched you guys using the tools, and you found the answers, but it was, you almost needed a slide ruler or something, right, to use it, to decode what that thing was saying. So that was a little hard. It was also hard to eliminate the suppliers you weren't interested in. Like if there was something that didn't even apply, they kind of cluttered up the map. And last but not least, some of the stuff was off the chart. Like I remember I posted a picture on LinkedIn of our new UCaaS Matrix. I thought it was awesome. And every carrier that was T through Z emailed me saying, why are we not on the Matrix? I'm like, well, you are. You're just not in view, right? So we responded to all those things. And so today what we're excited to announce, I should put on my black turtleneck today, everybody. Apple is excited to announce UCaaS Matrix 2.0. And here's what it is. Number one, we've got a click to sort option. And this seems like a tiny trivial amount, right? This is an amazing amount of JavaScript. Our IT department has done a tremendous job of doing this. And it's for me, it's like magic. It just goes and eliminates the providers you're not looking for, which is probably one of the most important features on here. So let's use the new matrix, and I'll show you where to find it here in a second. But your customer says, I need eFax, IVR, Salesforce integration, but I want it month to month. Marilyn, go. And you're like, oh, sweet mercy. Let me get out my slide rule. And no, not anymore. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to start with the matrix. And now what you're going to do is you're actually going to click your mouse on the column, and the column's going to freeze. So you click on eFax, and you click on IVR, and you see what's happening to the results now? Click on Salesforce. Click on month to month. Vonage. Let's call Vonage Channel Manager right now. Let's get this going. Okay? A lot of information simplified down. Let's try another one just to show you that it's not pretend. 3-year term with international DIDs. I need also, I don't know, I put eFax in both of them. Maybe I'm just reliving my days in the 90s. And QuickBooks integration. A shout out to all you accountants out there. QuickBooks, it's hot. Let's give it a shot. So let's do 3-year term with international DIDs, with eFax, of course, with, what was the last one? QuickBooks. That's right. Oh, look, I've got it down to Evolve IP. That's pretty awesome. TPX. We're calling you. Vonage. We're down to 3 really fast, right? Because in the virtual world, it's really, really hard to memorize that matrix. In the real world, we can see maps with fiber in the ground, right? It's real. You can touch it. You could go dig it up if you want. You might get arrested, but that's okay. But in the cloud world that we live in, everything is virtual. You can't see it. But everyone in here, every provider in here has spent a significant amount of money developing these features and these functions, right? If you guys have ever visited one of our hosts like Vonage or Ring or 8x8 or any of them, you go in, and it's just a bed, a sea of software developers. It looks like you're at Google. right? It does not look like a phone company. They're software companies. And this is where those software investments come to bear. So that's the UCaaS Matrix upgrade. Now, let's come in here and see the second cool feature of the UCaaS Matrix upgrade, head-to-head. Have any of you guys ever been in a situation where your customer has already kind of started to do some digging on their own without talking to you? And they start getting involved in say, I'm talking to a guy from Net2Phone, and I'm talking to a guy from Jive. Can you explain the differences between the two? Because each one of them sound really good to me. And each of the reps are taking me to ball games, and I have a tough time selecting. Well, number one, yes, you pick the one who channel integrates. Number one. Anyhow, number two, you use the new feature. So over here on the right, or the left, excuse me, you click on supplier, and it will pop up a little pop-up menu saying, hey, which ones do you want to look at? So you go in here and click on Jive and Net2Phone, and then voila, they're side by side. And so you can go, well, this one integrates with this, and this one doesn't, yada, 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 all the way down. Net2Phone provides free, unlimited international calling. And you can go into your customers are going to think you're a genius. This matrix here is what I used on a Gartner call about 6 months ago. And they went through all the panelists, and they asked me a question. And what was the question? Compare these two. Or we hear RingCentral's doing some interesting things with Google. Can you comment on that? And I said, they are? Oh, geez, yeah, G Suite, Gmail. They thought I was the smartest guy. I was just using my cheat sheet. And if your customer asks you, can you print this out for me? Your answer is? Yes. No. 9. This is for you. This is your tool of the trade. This is your trick in your back pocket. This is why working with Telarus is going to make you smarter than working with any other master, because we want you to win, and we're going to invest in tools for you to do this. Now let's talk about SDWANmatrix.com. Here we go. Same old thing, right? Not so much. We're going to go ahead and do a quick scenario using those freeze columns. I want a 1-year term. I want to integrate with Azure. I want a VeloCloud backend with private POPs. Man, you're probably thinking, I don't know, like maybe it's you, Hillary. Maybe it's TPX. It could be. But let's go ahead and check it out. So let's go ahead and click, boom, on my term. Let's now click on the VeloCloud backend and Azure. And yeah, I'm down to TPX. You knew you were going to be on there, didn't you? TPX, Fusion, Megapath, Metel, Sprint. Who knew? Sprint. And TPX and Windstream. Ta-da. How about that? See, you went from a pool of 20 down to a pool of 6 like that. And now we can start to have further conversations, because there may be other aspects of their business. Again, you can see there's differences still that you can talk to your customers very intuitively about. Let's try another one real fast. 3-year term, fixed pricing, meaning I don't want to pay for throughput. I don't want to pay as my megs get bigger. I just want to pay one fee, and I don't care if I use a gig or 100 meg, right? Do we have suppliers like that? I don't know. Let's look at the matrix and see. So I go on there, and I click my term, and I click on unlimited, and that simplifies it down. I don't even need to go through the rest of them, but we can. Okay, Simple WAN. Okay, Jessica Martin, who helped me organize the first Telarus Partner Summit ever, is our channel manager at Simple WAN. She's probably the person you're going to call if they want to do that. So that is the second part of the tech reveal. Part 3. Now this is where we get to the new stuff. You ready? Anybody excited about cybersecurity? Right? Anyone have any clients that don't want to end up on next year's slide? Right? Because we're watching. Don't let your client be on that slide. Use the new cybersecurity matrix. Again, so it's got all of our cybersecurity vendors there, all of the things that you want to be talking about across the top on the columns. Not only is this a cool research tool, but it's also a cool educational tool, because now you know the different talking points that you need to know about so that you can get something on that matrix. So let's go to a quick example. You want to do a gap assessment. You want to see if you can get some DDoS going with database access management with insider threat detection. That probably seems above a lot of our heads. It was kind of above my head until I saw the tool last week. And I'm like, I'm an instant cybersecurity expert. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. We go through our research, and bada bing, bada boom, I've narrowed the field down now to just a few providers. Cool? Let's try another one. How about GDPR compliance? We're going to do some pen testing. Let me go back, sorry, so you can see that. With web application firewall with software-defined perimeter, right? Again, that's a lot of jargon. I'm sure Greg backstage is like, oh, I know exactly what that doesn't mean, okay? This is Army talk right here for a lot of us that aren't in cybersecurity. So you come in here and click on GDPR compliance. You go through everything, web application firewall, software-defined perimeter, and again, you're down to 5 or 6 options. And then you can really take things from there. Another cool thing you can do, and there's kind of a one-to-one relationship here between the tools and our new specialty practices here at Telarus. So if you get down to 4 or 5 and you still have questions, you call your channel manager who gets you, or your support manager who gets you involved with our engineering team. Josh Lupresto and his team, they have certifications in every single one of these. And so they can actually help get on the phone with your customer, define some more requirements, and then figure out which direction this deal needs to go according to your matrix. So you've done the research, and now you have the experts at Telarus that you can match with that research so that you can get to a final solution. Part 4. Here we go. Cloud computing. It's really fun being up here doing this presentation, going from shot for T1, now I'm doing a cloud computing reveal. This is like, how did we get here, right? We talk about evolution. This is where we all need to go, and every time we create a tool, our partner base gets better at it, we start selling more of it. So here's the cloud computing matrix. A lot more stuff on here. We got disaster recovery, we've got backup, we've got compute, store, everything that you could need to know, email. So let's go ahead and do an example. We need some help with the migration. We want it on OpenStack. We want to use Office 365, and we're a big SAP shop. Who are we going to call? Not Ghostbusters, by the way. Not the right answer. Here we go. Let's ask the matrix. So we come in here, and we look at our migration services first. Bonk. Watch everything change. And I want to do OpenStack, and I want to do Office 365, and I want to do SAP. Oh, look. Rackspace, Unitas, and NTT are who I'm going to call. Maybe not the people we kind of thought of when we just started. So it's really cool that you can just go through here and just look. I need global data centers with VMware, with Veeam backup, and I want to run our Oracle. Again, boom, 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 away we go. How cool is that? Part 5, right? I got a lot of parts for today. Contact center, right? We've been known to know a little bit about contact center. We've got Ray Hicken, the contact center group, the carrier sales, Telarus coming together. A big part of that was contact center. We've got some awesome vendors, but man, how do you tell them apart? You asked the matrix. Because if it tastes like a steak, it looks like a steak, it's a steak. Here we go. Example 1, you want performance management on Monet, workforce management, Monet WFO. You want Zoho CRM integration. A lot of people use Zoho out there. And you want it on a Twilio backend. Okay, so let's ask the matrix. We start out with our performance application management. We start out with Monet. Then we click again on Zoho. And then we click on Twilio. And we have a winner. That actually pays double commissions. And that's not like double spiff. It's like 15% turns into 30% commission. It's like nuts. Anyhow, TalkDesk. Nice job. Let's try another example. Cloud-based solution, omni-channel capabilities, predictive dialer, integrates with Salesforce, and it works with fused SIP trunks. Ooh, we're starting to get like pretty complicated designs. This is something that, again, a lot of us, me in particular, would never be able to help you. I would just say, just go visit all of them and ask. No, we ask the matrix. So we come in here and we start out with the cloud-based, which is most of them, and then we go into omni-channel, which narrows the field a little bit. But here's the big one. Predictive dialer is going to really shorten it up. And then you throw on the integration with Salesforce, and then there's still a lot of capability here, but then we go fuse SIP trunks. You're going to go with Contact. Pretty dang cool. You guys excited about this stuff? You guys are like, that's cool. I kind of get it. So here is where you find these matrices. You go into your back office, and this is now on top of on your main screen, your login screen, and it says product feature matrices, okay, here. But that's not all. There's more, okay? We have a new website. Does anyone know that? And our website is badass. I'll show you why. You go to our new website. Sorry, Bishop Fry. Apologize for that. This is the cool part about our website. We have a lot of information now that's public, that you don't even need to log in as an agent. You can just go to Telarus.com if you're in a pinch and someone's asking you about a particular provider in a particular set. Click on suppliers. And on the left there, you'll see, do you want cloud services, connectivity, colo, contact center, international, IoT, managed services, whatever. You click that, and this actually filters down to just the ones you want. So you click on cloud services, and there's a sub-nav. You can go, you know what, I want to go in there and just click on cloud infrastructure. And then there you go. Alibaba, which you guys are going to hear more about today, AT&T Call Tower, it's all right there on the public. So these are the different areas. So if you want to, Telarus, we have 160 providers now. We understand. When we got together with carrier sales, we combined suppliers. It was like our kids, their kids, Brady Bunch, right? This website, which is public, will at least filter down so that when you're calling Telarus and say, hey, do you have anybody for this? You can just use the Telarus.com, and we'll show you. Last but not least, this is the big finish, okay? Whoa, thank you. Talk later. You got a free drink card coming your way, my friend, right? All of these features look really cool. Those matrices look really cool, but as of 5 minutes ago, we just pushed all of those matrices live on your phone. So if you guys want to show me your apps, show me your app. Not your event app, your Telarus partner app. Okay, and if you go onto your main screen right now, you'll see product matrices. Click that, and now you can select which one you want. There's 5 of them now. There used to be 1. And all the features that I showed you there, clicking on the different columns, sorts, everything else, all the research, it's on your phone now. Again, not only do we want you to be the best, but we want you to be the best on your phone. You literally are a mobile agent. You can go anywhere you want with that phone, and you will be able to give Gartner-level advice to any of your clients, and we're so excited to do that. And then last but not least, thank you. Some little blast from the past. We got Sandy there in our old booth, Tim back in the day, the Marks. Thank you guys for staying with us for so long. Again, we welcome and appreciate your feedback. Again, these tools exist because there's this feedback loop. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to do this for you. Round of applause for Michael Brown and our IT department for putting the software together for us. Thank you. And thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate you. All of these tools are built for you. I don't sit at home and play with these matrices. There's some other video games that are a little more fun than that. But we want to make sure that you guys have the information at your disposal, at your fingertips. We want to make sure that you guys can make the pivot to the cloud. We all talk about the digital transformation and everything else. And my question in my mind is, how are they going to do it? What tool are they going to use? There's no way you can memorize all that stuff. You need that virtual engineer. You need that little Jiminy Cricket in your pocket, not on your shoulder. But anyhow, it's been a pleasure to talk to you guys today. I look forward to talking to you guys in the LinkedIn conference that I'm teaching later today. So if you're interested in knowing how some of that magic happens on LinkedIn, we'll be sharing some secrets there. There's also a lot of great trainings that are happening today. Today is training day. This is the day where the rubber meets the road. So thank you for being here, and let's go ahead and do some more Minute to Win It. What do you guys say? You guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you.